Welcome to the American Baptist College Discovery Week for the spring 2013 semester. Discovery Week is an excellent opportunity for prospective students and career adults who are looking for learning options to sample the kind of teaching and critical engagement with prophetic Christianity that occurs on the campus of American Baptist College. Our featured guests for Discovery Week are Father Michael Pfleger, community activist and pastor of St. Sabina Catholic Church in Chicago, Illinois.
It was written, I now have what Adam had. I got what Moses didn't have. I got what Joshua didn't have. I got what Hannah didn't have. I got what Elizabeth didn't have. I got what Mary didn't have. I have intimacy again with the Father. Now, I don't know about you because maybe you don't care about being intimate with God. But see, I struggled and sought and ran after enough things in my life. I'm glad to find what I've been looking for all my life. I'm glad to be satisfied again. I'm glad to be at peace again.
And Reverend Dr. Susan Johnson Cook, social activist, theologian, and former presidential advisor to the Obama administration.
Well, they have to have images of what people look like who are female doing this leadership thing. And so now you have 3 decades of it. It's changing slowly, but I still think it's traditionally in the African American church is still very slow. I became the president of what's called the Hampton University Ministers Conference. It's the largest clergy conference in the world, 10,000 preachers and predominantly men, and they elected me. But something happens, a man has to walk you in a sense.
Now, is that interdenominational?
It's interdenominational,
okay.
All the historically African American denominations and the independent ones. So I was president over bishops, archbishops. I was president over all these leaders, and they said, they affirmed me for 4 years. It was very interesting coming out of that because as you are ready to move on, you say, okay, I've been international, I've been national. I'm sure that I can candidate for any pulpit now and go to what they call a bigger steeple. I went out for about 3 different churches, or my name was in the search for about 3 different churches. And when it got down to the very last wire, it was very clear, you're phenomenal, very clear, you have a track record. It would be between myself and a young man with no experience, myself with 25 years experience.
And he would get it.
And he would get it. So I finally just kind of said, the pattern is set. How many times do you set yourself up for rejection?
Right.
So you change the paradigm and you shift it. Okay, I have a church. I can birth daughters in this thing.
Right.
And I can walk women through. I created women's conferences where we would go to Fort Lauderdale, 200 and 300 women, just finished one, where we would kind of tell them the rules of the game. If you're going to be in the game, know the rules. It is a man's game, but you need to know the lessons from the locker room.
Welcome to the American Baptist College and Discovery Week.